The best built investment portfolio will not achieve superior results if it's plagued by poor habits. We know that. We've seen that proven time and time again. And so what I'm telling you is that if you want to have profitable results that are consistent, well, then you need to cultivate the right habits. And that's the purpose of this video series titled Habits of the Investing Greats. I'm going to give you one habit. I'm going to tie that one habit to an investing great, and then I'm going to tell you what to do about it. So today's habit is that of being flexible, right? Being flexible is so important. And when we think about the word flexible, what is the definition? Well, it's a willingness to adapt or change depending on the situation. And the habit of flexibility comes in handy, especially when we encounter a difficult situation or adverse circumstances. I think we've had lots of that in 2020. Maybe we needed to temporarily halt or change how much we earmark for retirement savings. Maybe financial markets or the investments that we own went completely haywire. Whatever the case is, flexibility allows us to bend without breaking. Well, we don't necessarily abandon our goals or our philosophy, but we make room for change instead of being crushed by it, and we adapt to it. And so the investing great that I think exhibits this quality of being flexible is Carl Icahn. Now, he might be the most hated person in corporate boardrooms across America. He takes ownership stakes in companies, and then he stages a management shakeup. Now, whether his objective is to break up the company, sell it in parts or in full, his goal and objective is always the same, and that's to maximize shareholder value. Now, although he's been mislabeled as a one-dimensional corporate raider, I think Icahn is far more than that, and I like him because he goes against the grain. He's a hard-nosed crusader against the status quo, and he once said that we have bloated bureaucracies in corporate America, and the root of the problem is the absence of real corporate democracy. That's still true today. Icahn's investment prowess spans companies, and I think this is where his flexibility comes in, at least one of the points of his flexibility. His investments span all types of industry sectors, including airliners, biotechnology, energy, media, real estate, technology, transportation, and his ability to be able to adapt and be flexible by investing in many dissimilar industry sectors, I think is a testament to his true greatness. So what about us? What can we do to imitate Icahn and the other investing greats that show flexibility, this habit? Well, here's just one example of being flexible. Understand that future tax rates are going to skyrocket because of unsustainable government debt, and that sheltering yourself right now by executing Roth IRA conversions is the answer. So if you got lots and lots of money stuffed in your traditional IRA, in your traditional 401k, your 403b, your 457, and this is where most Americans have their wealth concentrated, well, you know what? You're a sitting duck. But you realize that there's going to be big problems happening soon with regard to dramatic increases in taxes. The government can no longer continue to sustain its level of spending and debt. And so you realize that, listen, I'd rather pay taxes right now when U.S. income rates are at historical multi-decade lows, much rather than waiting later on for paying taxes when they're likely to be much, much substantially higher. And the cost of doing so is going to be much higher. So it may not feel like the right thing to do, prepaying taxes with Roth IRA conversions, but the long-term benefits deep into retirement and beyond protect you and your family from the tyranny of higher taxes. You get yourself completely off the grid in terms of paying taxes at sky-high rates later on by paying them now. Yes, there's a cost, but being flexible helps you understand that, hey, listen, I'd rather pay them now when tax rates are low versus later when they're substantially higher. So although flexibility may involve making some changes to your thinking, right, acknowledging that there's new financial realities, it does not mean abandoning your principles, abandoning your ethics, or abandoning a proven investment philosophy. So what should the investor do? Identify meaningful data and information that may warrant adjustments in your investment or your financial approach. We just gave you an example there with Roth IRA conversions. Adapt to the reality of existing economic and market conditions, even if it disagrees with your viewpoint. Learn to cut losses swiftly, and don't always expect to be right about every single investment that you make. Embrace alternative pathways to prosperity that may be neglected, overlooked, or underappreciated, and make preparations for change before being forced to make changes later on, when the timing or the profitability of such changes may be less advantageous. And there you have it. We brought a lot of good ideas to you and help you to cultivate this habit of being flexible. Learn from the investing greats like Carl Icahn, who exhibit this wonderful quality, this wonderful habit that we can all benefit from and apply in our own financial and investment approach. So if you've enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe to ETF Guide TV. I'm Ron DeLegge. Be sure to check out my grading service at portfolioreportcard.com. You can also check out our other weekly episodes like ETF Battles. You can also buy my book, Habits of the Investing Greats. It's 5-star reader rated, and it's available at amazon.com. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next time.